Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Deep the rabbit hole goes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Hello.
What is up?
Yo, how we doing?
Oh man, I am well, freezing. I guess that's probably the best adjective I have right now. I have been freezing all week. How about you, Austin? How much snow are you under?
Oh, it's not a ton, only about a foot. Nothing crazy.
I was about foot. What about you?
What about
Glenn?
New Jersey, Glenn?
We got a lot of rain today, but luckily it stayed above freezing, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. You got a foot of snow?
No, not a real foot. Probably like only 4 inches, but like it drifts up pretty good around the house.
Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, no, I think we got 10 inches and then another 2 on top. But yeah, we're probably at a foot about now. So yeah, we're.
I don't like to say I'm glad I'm in New York, but damn, I'm glad I'm in New York now.
It's wintertime now.
Yeah, man, it seems like, you get closer to the water around here, then it totally gets a little dicey. But hello, everyone. Welcome in. I am Jim. That's Austin. There's Glenn. Look, I could pop these names up to make it easy.
Look at that.
What if I could move those names around and really confuse people? Would that just be terrible?
That would be pretty awesome if people start calling me Jim. I'm not going to lie. That'd be awesome.
Sick Miller, welcome back as always. I saw Spy in there. DJ Steven Scher, good to see you. DJ, is it Bay C? Is that like Bay City, or is it DJ Bake? Because that would be okay too. I'd be all right with that. Yes, darn.
Yes, which one?
That's good. I shouldn't ask and/or questions in the delayed chat. That's not going to work. So.
Well, now I got to know. Now I'm invested in this question, so I'm going to wait for him to reply.
I think it's DJ Basie. I think that's what I'm going with. But so
I'm not gonna lie, DJ Bass, spelling it B-A-S.
Oh, yeah. That's the music term. I'm all for that. So that's.
I don't hate that.
No, I don't like.
Either way, thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And some of you are. I saw someone was Will Bridge. Is that Will Bridge Sax? Will Bridges sax, huh?
Will Bridges sax, like an actual sax player? Do we have another sax? No, bro.
I got some great sax group names.
There he goes. You've got to. This guy comes up with sax names like nobody I've ever seen.
That was I came up with 82 stage names for Glenn. So it was
He did. Will, a friend of me, man. We got
it's DJ Bay C, Charles Bay. Okay, that's Charles. We know Charles. All right.
Oh, there we go. What's up, Charles? Now we got it.
DJ Bake though, or Bass. Charles, we're gonna change your name.
Charles.
What is that?
We got a couple
some
of
new
new
lifers
hackers.
in the chat?
Lifer.
Yeah, we got EJ Watson,
One's
no
in the chat.
lifer.
One's in
There
the
you
chat
go.
for our lifers. All right.
Welcome to the fam. We love
Yes.
Yeah.
Got look at that. New lifer hacker. Welcome. DJ
Yeah.
Sax Fusion. I like that. I like that one.
Yeah, we should connect, man. That's exactly what we do. That's awesome.
Yep.
Cool stuff. So if you're wondering where the real team, this is like, I mean, Jem's always here, but we're Austin and I are kind of like the B team, right? We're like the newscasters that come on holidays. Like when nobody's listening, it's like, oh yeah, throw those two guys on there. They'll get through the day. So yeah, everybody had a little had some holiday stuff going on. So Austin and I are here with the Master Gem, and we're gonna basically we set this up as like a new user kind of thing, but I think we're just gonna make this an ask us anything, whatever we want to talk about. Kind of, Jim, you remember the old days of the hackathons when we used to come on zero plan and just kind of ran with it and stayed on for 3 hours. Well, guess what? That's what we're doing tonight. I feel like
I'm not staying on for 3 hours.
you know,
You're staying on for 4?
sometimes you gotta just you gotta just take up for the team, my friend. Come on.
Yeah, so we are going to, if you guys have questions, ask the questions, chat, please. Otherwise, we're just going to keep talking. I'm going to have to ban this guy. He's being sick again. Sick Miller, you know.
Oh, Sick Miller, yeah.
The answer is yes.
Where's this guy coming? Yeah.
He's trouble. He's trouble.
Yes.
This guy.
I did see someone a little bit ago dropped is that Ryan David DJ said, has some database scanning and adding questions at the end. Well, you know, why don't you drop them in now? Go ahead. If we can get to them, we'll get to them. But if you want to drop the questions in the chat, any questions you have, I'll try to star them and keep them off to the side, and we can bring them in as we get to them. All right, we're all for that. And yeah, DJ Steven Scher says, welcome to all new members. Did I just see? I saw quite a few of you. Some of you in the chat, I'm pretty sure, recently upgraded your headshots. Is this like a November, December trend for people to upgrade their headshots? Is that when everyone likes to, you know, get cleaned up and get the haircut? You just figure, you know, I'm buying the new clothes and I'm you know, before I overeat and gain all the weight back, I'm gonna get headshots. Is that
that's exactly what I was thinking. Everybody wants to get the headshots done before they pack on the 20 pounds after Thanksgiving.
Man, I seriously think I saw like probably 10 to 15 DJs in my feed that are like, new headshot. And I'm like, what is the...
there were also a lot of conferences. So they just had, you know, I just got back from DJC, which if you've never been to the DJ Collective, you need to do it. It's awesome. But I know they did headshots there. And then Wedding MBA did headshots too. So I'm wondering whether everybody's that went to those has got all their headshots coming in now. So yeah, good stuff. What do we got here? Here's my question.
Got a newbie here, so I'll get to those of you who are maybe not as new here. Feel free to keep asking questions, and I'll pull them aside as much as we can. Yeah. But right here, DJ, okay, Alan NC. I'm guessing I was going to say Alanic, but you know it's like
yeah. So
Alan NC.
Yeah, Alan, thanks. This is a great question, right? I have a system saying duplicates, however, does not let me resolve about 90 of them. Did remove like 300 dupes, but those 90 won't go away. So the reality is you're a new user, so we only let you do 300, and then you have to do. No, I'm only kidding. No, the reality is I actually don't have a clue why that would be happening. So when you say you have 90 that won't go away, you have 90 matches, like duplicates that won't go away, or you have 90 that you're trying to delete that didn't go. Like, there is a distinction there, but I'm not sure I'm being clear about it.
Yeah, I guess. Are you saying that it's showing 90 and you're not seeing those, or like you're hitting resolve and it's not working?
I'm guessing that it's 90 duplicates, but when click it won't expand. Yep. So it's probably
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm guessing like the code is seeing there's still a duplicate there, but it's not reading the duplicate, you know.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
one.
That's something, the duplicate killer is also always something that's kind of being built out in progress, making smarter. So that's something we can kind of look into a little bit more. I would give it an update, see if a quick refresh of your database with the next update that comes out fixes that piece, and see if you see a better number. And if not, we can take a look at your, there are some options in the app to clear out some things if there's something from like a lingering old version or an old library upload. But yeah, definitely something we can look at here.
Yeah. If you haven't already, DJ Allen, just shoot an email with maybe like a screenshot to help@createhackers.com, and they'll pass it off to Austin and I, and we can take a look at that in detail. I don't want to. We probably should have done this on Zoom now that I'm thinking about it, so we could have people share their screens. But no,
it's okay. That always goes off the rails really fast.
Yeah. So yeah, just send any details you can, specifically like what computer you're using, what version of it, all that good stuff, and we can definitely take a closer look at that for you. So, but welcome. You're a true hacker now. Once you start having a problem here and there, it brings you right back to home.
Yep. So I'm gonna jump back to a question that came in a little earlier from DJ the Don, because I do think that this is probably we got Austin really to talk about this one, because I'm curious to hear what you have to say about what is new about the newest update.
Yeah, so if we're talking about 11.3.1, the one that I dropped today, that one is mainly just a few fixes for our newest Serato export. With the upgrade to Serato 4.0, they changed a few things in how they're processing crates and addition of tracks. And one of the ways that we had previously done things was just M3U exports to Serato. So that was disabled. So we got a little bit under the hood and did a little bit of a more nitty-gritty direct integration with Serato. So 11.3.1 was just targeted at getting a few of the random issues we found ironed out. A couple users found some issues with metadata not populating properly, and then a few others saw some issues with like the order of tracks. So 11.3.1 is targeted at just ironing out those pieces.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
yeah, sorry, we're going through a lot of a lot of different questions. I'm just making sure I can kind of get through all of them here. Yeah, lots of new lifetime ones, but so I do want to Will Bridges. I'm gonna say that wrong a few times. I apologize. Trying to link your pool to your crates so you can download music. There is I want to say that's under settings, right, Austin, where you can add the crates or the record pools, the pool selection. If you click on settings, the settings cog in the upper right of the app, and then pool selection, you're going to see, here, I'll throw it up here. So you're going to see something like this. So this is where you can link your pools. So you'll see I have a few selected here. I'm not even in all these pools, but to get to here, so from the home screen, click in the little settings cog and then pool selection right there. You can check which pools you want, and then that is going to show the matches of the pools that you have when you're building a crate. So that's going to be the easiest way to get the pools to show. Now, it's not really linking anything. I just sometimes people get confused when they hear the term linking. They think it's like data's being passed and all of this. It's more you're telling Crate Hackers which pools do you want to search. Okay. So you're kind of using Crate Hackers as the search engine for the pools, but you can use that selector to narrow it down so you're not seeing all of them. If you think about it like that, like this is an intelligent search engine, that might help a little more. I know sometimes, especially newer members, get thrown off by this. Like, we're not a record pool. We're not the ones giving the music. We're organizing the music. Sometimes things get a little confused there. Thank you, Mike Benoit, for the shout out on the sweater. I'm a big fan of this one. These are strange times. Those of you who are musicians get this. Some of you are like, I have no idea what that's about. I love puns. I love dad jokes, and I love music. So we can Glenn and I were nerding out about music, and Austin and I were nerding out about cameras before y'all jumped on. So this is
a little bit of everything tonight.
Yes,
everything.
Yep. I think there was, so I do want to address, this is always a little bit of an elephant in the room, and I don't want to get too into the weeds with it, but there's always something that comes up where it's like, I have hundreds of thousands of tracks or videos and all this, and things choke. And I could answer this in a lot of ways, and I could be very diplomatic as an IT person who has worked with customers for about 20 years. I could be very diplomatic, and I could be very sarcastic. I'll try to lay somewhere in between. And I've also worked as a developer and with developers for many years. And so I don't think it'll be insulting to either of the amazing developers that I have standing next to me to say this software is not built for hundreds of thousands of tracks. Actually, no software is built for hundreds of thousands of tracks because it's hundreds of thousands of tracks. And if you want a software like Crate Hackers to do the things that Crate Hackers can do, you got to cut down the number of tracks you have it scanning because it's just going to be faster and a better experience.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to. So it's not that you can't use a huge library, but I would recommend splitting it out into folders maybe, and then only scanning in certain folders at a time, remove, add the ones you want. Don't drop all hundreds, thousands of tracks. It's too much data to crunch. And you're kind of throwing way too much through the tubes, if you will, right? You're taking an elephant and you're trying to shove it through a donkey-sized door. Don't do that. Like break it into a bunch of donkeys.
So we do, we try to support as many files as possible, obviously, right? And I think, realistically on a really good computer, I've tested it with 200,000, 300,000 files, and it works, but it takes time, and it can slow down and speed up as we go. Now we are always doing modifications to that scan, always improving it. That was literally the first thing we ever built. Somebody asked what the limit is. There is no limit because it really depends on your computer. It depends on what you've got installed. Depends on your. There's so many variables that it could be, right? A lot of people also that have large databases or large libraries tend to put them on external drives.
Yeah.
And unless your external drive is a really, really fast SSD or SSD and
SSD, yes.
And it's directly connected to the computer with a proper cable. A lot of people will take their external drive, get a fast drive, and then hook it up into a hub or hook it up with a crappy cable.
Yeah.
There only needs to be one single point of failure, right? The way that we're always kind of getting around this is we're always telling people try the best you can to keep your files on your computer. First of all, I don't know. I'm not an external drive person, right? It's one more thing that can fail. It's one more thing that can get lost. They're not for me. I don't care what that is. If I can't fit it on my computer, I don't need to take it. And some of the philosophy of Crate Hackers, if you go back to when we, kind of first started, like a lot of what we tried to do is get people to understand what they really need to have with them, right? That's kind of the whole goal here is what do you really need? And what goes on an archive and gets kind of put away and is your collection versus what are you working with, right? Yep. You really need 74 versions of Ping Pony Club. Maybe just 12 versions, like I have. But, you've got to kind of pick and choose. Now, that being said, there are ways that the app can support multiple things. What you don't want to do is try to scan your entire library in one shot. And that goes for if you have 50, 80,000, 100,000 files. Don't do it. It's not, it has nothing to do with what we're trying to do. It has nothing to do with the app. It has to do, there's so many different variables that we can't even anticipate how that's going to work. Yep. So what I would say is break that thing down into folders. break it down into, if you have your master folder and you want to do half of it at once, the other half at another time, that's the right way to do it for now, especially if you have a huge library.
Yeah, and I'm as I'm showing here, this is mine, and this is my laptop. This is my gig laptop. It's folder flattened. I've cut down a lot of songs over the years, like over the last 5 years, but I'm still sitting at about 76,000.
So,
but like these are video files, these are music files, right? This isn't you can run. And I mean, look, it says I have like almost 40,000 duplicates, right? So it's like there's a lot. I'm still at 93% health, but I have 40,000 duplicates, right? So it's like these are really good. These are really healthy duplicates, is what that means, is how I'm taking this. But so when we talk about limits and that sort of thing, it's really going to depend on so many factors. It's just an impossible question to answer. Because when you're talking about drives, you're talking about systems, you're talking about cables, you're talking and now it's like, I mean, there's so much that's internet connected too, right? So there is a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it was I Am Amazing 28 that posted the initial question. He says he has a Dell XPS i9 with 64 megs RAM, 6 terabytes on the PC. Even like all of a sudden, red flag, and I know Austin and Jem are probably doing the same thing. Windows, right? Windows is going to handle the way that information is processed completely different. You guys know this, right? Completely different from Mac. And it's not as, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as kind of robust when it comes to how the background processes work. So I'm not saying it can't be done. You could have the fastest computer in the world and it could still choke. But just try it with some smaller batches and then kind of go from there and see what if that helps a little bit. So moral of the story is try to break it down into smaller chunks if you can.
And I wanted to this one real quick too, because I like this question here. So after creating a new crate and the library has been scanned, how to remove folders that no longer exist in the library? So if I'm guessing correctly, this is you're moving files around on your hard drive, and now Crate Hackers doesn't see them anymore. The best way to do that is to remove all your files and rescan them. I'll say the best on the Crate Hackers app. And again, I'm saying the best way to do that because that's how I like to do it. You can rescan, but every time I have really wanted to like refresh stuff, I just remove it all and I rescan it all. And I always get a better experience just by wiping it. And there's a lot of apps I would not recommend doing that sort of like clean cut with. Our app is not one of the apps I wanted to recommend that with. I do it all the time. Yeah. Sometimes even after an update, I will wipe and completely rescan because it's nice to get that refresh.
And it also, this goes back to keeping, your library lean. I only have, if I get above 10,000 files, I have to remove something, right? There's no, I don't care if you're doing 5 gigs a week. You're not playing all 10,000 files. You're not. And anybody can challenge me on that. Show me your Serato. Show me your play count. I know you're not playing every one of your files all week, right? So again, really start to the leaner you keep that library, the better it's going to be when you want to do literally anything. When you want to load Serato or when you want to load Virtual DJ, when you want to back things up, right? Anything that you can do for your gigging library, keep that thing as lean as possible. Just makes your life, it's going to make your life so much easier. So I saw this question.
Right. Yeah, I want to jump into this one here. I need to make this work.
Because this one's on me. I'm not going to lie. I built this. This one's on me. I can't blame Austin for this. We did put in a Virtual DJ and a Serato DJ Pro. So the question was, hey, the numbers when you first connect don't match what I really have. That's because it doesn't work. The number, I'm not even going to lie about it. The numbers they're supposed to do what we want them to do, but we're learning that on other people's computers. For example, Serato it's doubling the amount of numbers if you have an external drive, or if you have 2 libraries. So we're actually going to remove that in an upcoming release. Don't just ignore those numbers for now. When it first comes up, it says, "Hey, we recognize you have 3,000 files in Virtual DJ." Just ignore it. The numbers aren't right.
Yep.
So,
yep.
it was an old April Fool's joke that I never cleaned out of there. So yeah.
This question has come up recently quite a bit, like in the private group and stuff.
Yeah. This is a big one. So basically the way that we had to come out this with the switch over to 4 is the initial pull just detects the Serato folder on your music drive, on your main one. Let me see quick here. So and I do plan to expand this out even more in the future. Pull this screen quick. Sure. We'll grab Crate Hackers. There we go. You could pull that up for me, Jim.
Yeah.
You get a chance. Okay.
So quick, check the chat real quick, please.
What's that?
I'm talking to Jem. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Thank you.
Perfect. So in the Crate Hackers app right now, if you do want to use a different location like Serato on an external Jared, I don't know if this is helpful to your personal use case, but in the settings, you can change the Serato folder that we're using. So like, for example, like if you have the external plugged in, you could change to that one. Unfortunately, right now, you do have to have like the actual drive, 1 where the music is, and 2 where you want to export plugged in, because we're actually using like the file paths from your computer. In future, we may be able to, work a little bit more magic with, remembering where those are at and then like pulling them in when we connect our drives. But at this time, that's kind of like the setup from our first quick launch of getting that Serato export put together. I hope that answers the question.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Who let her in?
I don't know.
Oh, geez.
I don't know. We got another business plan. Unable to add team members.
Yes. Glenn, who should we be reaching out to for business plan? At this time, business plan adding is assisted with the Crate Hackers team. Who's handling that at the moment?
Good question. I will handle that.
Yeah, perfect.
Alan, who did you email help@cratehackers.com? I'm like waiting for the reply immediately. That's not how this works. Alan, I will check with the help desk. Yeah, if you send it to the help desk, or just send it to me directly, it's GLENN, Glenn with 2 N's, @cratehackers.com. And I'll get that set up. We're gonna fix the app so that you guys can do that on your own.
Yeah.
We'll get you squared away.
So DJ Ronnie J asks, is there a way to use Crate Hackers to purge karaoke files out of the collection or broken files that are not complete? If they are duplicates, they should show up in the duplicate killer, and it'll show as like it's a corrupt file or it's a low bit rate or something like that. That's probably the best way in Crate Hackers to do that. I personally would and this is where this sounds really back and forth of me, right? Like I'm using a Mac for my DJ computer, but I use a PC for pretty much everything else, like all my video and photography work and everything. I prefer to organize my files on my PC because I like the way that Windows shows files and organizes it better, and I can move a lot faster. And then on my Mac is where I do kind of that's where I'm running in Serato and I'm managing through Serato. There's a few ways you can do it, sorting by bit rate, sorting by file type. There are a lot of stuff like that. I find that Windows File Explorer tends to handle it better personally. I know some people prefer the way that Mac handles it. I've never worked that quickly in the Mac File Explorer. So I do a lot of cleanup on Windows, even using a system like MediaMonkey or something like that. There's a couple others out there, but I would say probably the best way to do it is going to be with the duplicate finder. And to your question, I just saw that pop in from Alan here about the duplicate finder. What is it? Yeah, here, let me pull that question up. So is there a plan for it to recognize or differentiate between audio or video files? That is a great question.
Yeah, that is a great question. So you're saying if you have a duplicate audio and video file, that you want, in other words, you want it to show.
So if I was looking at my duplicates, for example, I have, I'm sorry, Alan, I'm going to fill in what I'm guessing you're asking. So if I have Usher's Yeah, and I have the MP3, and then I have Usher's Yeah, and I have the music video, they're both going to show up in Duplicate Finder, but it's not showing me which one is a video file and which one is an audio file.
Got it. That's a good question. That is a great question. I don't know that now you're going to get the result you need for both for differentiating between the two. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to write that one down.
I'll write it. I got this.
Oh my God.
Love it.
What's up, Jamie?
Hi, guys. Sorry I'm late. I was working.
You were late. No excuses.
I mean,
No
either way, I have
excuses.
zero software developing knowledge to contribute. So
That's right. Remember that.
I'm just here for moral. I'm just here for moral support.
At my library, when you click on the artists or genres tab, why does it only show 10?
To save your computer.
Yes, it's
it shows the top 10 artists, the top 10 genres right now. There'll probably be a future update where you can kind of just parse through what's there, but then you can also do that with the actual grid and the drop downs. Realistically, like I just popped open my library, I have 5,802 artists loaded on this computer.
right. Yeah,
And if we chose to show them all at once, your Crate Hackers app would crash immediately. And we don't love that. We don't love the spinning beach ball. So that's why for now, in the future, if we think it would be useful to be able to just like show a list of all of our artists or things like that, or maybe like a little bit more of an intelligent breakdown, that's definitely something we can lean into and look into. But yeah, it's really just kind of there right now as a stat of like what are some of your top artists, top genres, things like that, just general stats about your library.
yeah. Let's see. There's a couple of Serato questions. I'm going really quick through here. So these are great questions, guys. So thank you. I'm going to go back to some that were asked a little earlier. This one, DJ Watson, will there ever be an update to the crates to put some type of check mark by the crate to know that we already exported it? That has been something I've been asking for since we used to have it,
And that's
which is why they're laughing.
If Jem wants it, we're not doing it. No.
It's kind of, yeah. I think it got killed, Watson. That was my fault. I asked for it.
We did some analysis of people that were actually using it, and it wasn't being used.
I was the only one, apparently. I loved that.
So it was creating more problems than it was actually solving in a way, because people didn't quite understand how it worked or why we had the separate checkboxes. We also had bookmarking at that point. And it just it wasn't really being used. But if people are using it, and if we think that it's something that we should come back, we can certainly talk.
We'll bring
about
it back.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've used to get around this, Watson, and this is because I was using this extensively, right? And I was checking them after I had exported them. I would actually go to the I guess it's the old website now, app.cratehackers.com, and I would put a check mark next to them there. When it doesn't always, it doesn't show in the app, but I would keep track of it there.
Okay.
But what I realized, and Watson, maybe you've experienced this too, is I would check off crates that I exported, but sometimes I would export a crate that wasn't complete. And then I didn't have anything to show which one I had that was complete when I exported it, which one I didn't. And so that's where I kind of stopped using this feature. And I started instead renaming the M3Us that I exported with like a incomplete next to them. And that's how I started tracking the ones that I exported and which ones were incomplete. Yeah. I would like to see that sort of metric or even like a percentage complete next to them.
I think there's there's definitely I use it the same way that you used it. When we looked at the stats, it wasn't getting much use, but I think it makes sense to bring it back. So we'll make a note of that and see what we can. Thank you, Jamie.
And then we have another one from DJ Ronnie J. When I add new songs, try to add them to my list. Does the song turn brown, not recognize the song, and won't let me export it? This is one we're probably not going to be able to answer very well here. So Jamie just disappeared. She went, okay, that was scary. Oh, okay. My word. Jeez. It's
because I'm on my phone and I went to go.
Okay.
I went to go text and I realized.
It was like,
I'm a disaster.
She became a literal ghost right there. So Ronnie J, if you can screenshot this, show us what you're doing, send it to help@cratehackers.com. My guess, as just a guess, is you're getting new songs and maybe the file path of that song is then changing. So if you have an auto import to Serato or you're moving them to a different folder, so you get a new song, you drag them in using add my own music or something like that, and then the file path changes. That's the only thing that's coming to mind readily. But if you have a different experience, if you can, again, screenshot specs, send it to our support. They should be able to help you with that a little more in depth. Do you guys know anything about Simple?
I do.
Yes.
Okay, I'll let one of you answer that then.
Absolutely. So expand on how the integration works. Let me just show you how it works.
Ooh, fancy.
Where are we at here? Crate Hackers. There it is. Okay, sick. Jem, when you get a second.
Yep, you're good.
Perfect. So yeah, if I pop into my crate builder here, so my Simple is already linked to this. So these are some weddings. Hopefully anyone has done anything. Maybe, maybe not. So these are basically some weddings we have for this next year. And I'll just use this as a random example. Actually, unfortunately, no one's added this. But what we can do, this is a terrible example because literally none of my clients have added it. But what's happening here is we're pulling in all of the different request lists for each of your events that you're linking. So if you have your Simple set up where in there, you have your guest request list, you have your dinner request list, you have your cocktail request list, whatever it is, we're pulling all of those directly from Simple. And then when you hit next on here, you're going to import that directly, send that straight into a crate. So similar to how in Simple, you can just export directly to Spotify, and go that route. And some people are exporting to Spotify, then importing from Spotify into Crate Hackers, and doing that whole realm of things. We try to simplify that. We talk directly to Simple. We pull that. For my DJ EP users, we do the exact same thing and pull directly from the CRM, from the request list, and basically make it one less step from getting from your CRM, from all those request lists into an actual crate and into your software.
Yeah, I followed that. Yeah, that was sorry, I was just in awe. I was in Austin of, so yeah, well, moving on.
Of my sometimes local bread?
Yes. So I'm amazing 28. I bet you are amazing. I mean, how can you not be with a screen name like that? Says sometimes when I export my tracks, it duplicates some of my songs. I'm assuming you mean it duplicates in Serato or something, which is I'm guessing that's what you mean, because my Serato would, I guess, duplicate because thought I was adding from a different file location or something. So how I always got around that in Serato was using,
You should clarify that and let us know what version you're on. If it is Serato specifically,
he said Serato.
That was one of the things that today's update was made to address.
Cool.
Serato was handling crates and like the database files separately, unfortunately. So it was like adding 2 versions. It should no longer do that. It should only add, unless you have like the same track at like different file paths, like in different folders. You should be good.
So Serato, and I haven't really beat the Serato 4.0 up yet, but I was the person who, for the first 2 years of using the Crate Hackers app, I think I was the only one saying, I don't use the export to Serato because I don't like how Serato changes the timestamp on when my file was imported. I just use I export to M3U and I drag it in. And I apparently was the only one doing that until I made a video showing people how to do that and said, stop using the export to Serato. That's not a Crate Hackers problem. That's a Serato problem. I'm guessing we still have some of the same things. Oh yeah, Serato 4.0. I'm guessing Serato just does not handle multiple file locations well. It never has. Maybe they haven't quite fixed that yet. But yeah, and I was just about to say that what Sick Miller said as well. So if you have files locally and then they're all linked to backups, it will make duplicates. I have a kind of weird thing that I do with a Dropbox where I basically trick my computer into thinking that my Dropbox files are on my computer and not in Dropbox. But yeah, it's Serato likes to make the duplicate library versions and stuff. And there's quite a few other people. So Watson saying always save to M3U external. Yes, Watson, I preached that for a long time. Same to M3U. Yeah, not having it right now. I haven't beat it up a whole lot, which
I do hope Serato realizes that it's useful and adds it back. And if anyone happens to find a workaround to be able to use M3Us in Serato, let us know. I tried for like 3 hours to figure it out and did not work out very well.
Me too.
That's really weird that they don't have that. So you can't even browse out to it anymore?
Nope.
That is
can't
so
do
obnoxious.
It from the file. You can't drag it from the files tab. You can't pull it from your Finder. Doesn't work on Windows from what I've seen either. Just
Sweet.
Gone.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll try to play around with that a little too, but yeah, that's kind of clutch for me. So yeah, that's all right. Cousin Christopher, is there a CH tutor for DJs that aren't so tech savvy? No. Next quit. No, I'm kidding. I won't. I won't do that to you. So not specifically. We have our support, our help stuff. We try to make this as easy as possible and walk you through it. It's now when you say you're underutilizing the service, I will tell you that is natural feelings with a service like Crate Hackers and with a software like Crate Hackers, mainly because we have hundreds of DJs using Crate Hackers and we have hundreds of DJs using it differently. And we have hundreds of DJs that value different things in it. So if you come to the private groups or even here, you're seeing some people talking about the integrations that they're using. Some people are doing the export to Spotify, import from Spotify, all of that, right? You have people like me who I just like the mixable crates and matching from my hard drive. Like I don't do cloud crates or anything. You have some people that are cloud crates. You have some people that are all the business plan users. You are always underutilizing the service, all of you, all of us, because no one can use every aspect of the service.
Just to give you a little bit of a comparison, Austin and I probably 10% of the time forget that we built something for the app. That's how much
it's a lot.
That's how much stuff is in that app. And again, not saying it's a good or bad thing, but there's a lot of functionality. So if you're not catching all of it, that's fine. It's normal. But you know what I would do, Christopher? I would put a post on the Facebook page in Crate Hackers.
Yep.
You might grab somebody that has some time, or help you out or answer a few questions. Definitely do that.
And we also have the tutorial videos.
My other suggestion is just to come to hackathons. You'll see us use a lot of the tools and use the software for a lot of things that, may spark questions. You may see something and want to learn how to do that. And that's a really great way to like just see what's there. But yeah, like people like Sick Miller was saying, the tutorial videos are great. Aaron and some of the other guys make a lot of super dope videos that kind of jump through what they've been doing. And also look at the Crate Hackers YouTube. There's a lot on there too for just like different features.
Yep.
Yeah, we've Aaron's also been building out our support page, so definitely take a look at that. There is some very advanced stuff on there. So and if you have questions or if you can't find what you're looking for, just post it on the Facebook site, and I guarantee you, I mean, it's one of the most helpful communities out there.
Yep.
And I'm not just saying that. Someone will absolutely help you out.
Yep. So this question, and I know I've seen this one before. So Jabanik, I'm probably not saying that right, but hey, Jabanik, we got you. So when you pull up a crate like Christmas Essentials, why do some of the songs have a play arrow to the right that lets you play a sample of it, and some don't? Because record pools, because record labels, because our samples pull from, is it Spotify?
There's a few different locations. Yeah. Basically, there just has to be a publicly available preview for us to snag.
Yeah. And some don't let us snag.
Reasons. And occasionally there is not.
Yes. So I know that's not it's not an us limitation. That is a limitation of the others. Man, did I run out of questions? How the world did we do that?
I saw one that said something about Crate Hacker, the duplicate killer, asking if it deleted just songs within your Crate Hackers library.
That's the one I was looking for. I can't find that one.
I wanted to address that. It does not. That is made to like actually clear out duplicates on your computer, on your machine.
Mm-hmm.
One thing with that though is there is a recycling bin that we keep. So if something messes up or you accidentally like remove the wrong track, you can go into the recycling bin. You'll see it in the top right corner of the app. And restore those. But I just wanted to make that clear before you accidentally delete things you don't want to delete. If you just want to remove things from the Crate Hackers app, I would go through your music sources tab and like remove folders that way.
Yep. Ronnie, this is a huge question. So like it didn't even hit the chat because it was too big, and we don't let people rant in our chat. So sorry about that. Okay, there's a lot. I'm letting the developers read this one because it's going to take a while.
Yeah, so we do, Ronnie, we do have watch folders and all sorts of stuff and webhook triggers that go on and can do certain processing as we go, and it's something you're going to actually see soon because we're going to be coming out with a feature where you can actually define your own kind of workflow, exactly the workflow. It's kind of funny you said that because we were just talking about it this morning, but it's something we already have in progress. We're going to be working on ways for you to define a workflow that you can come in and say, when I download this file, I want it to do XYZ before it gets added to my library. And if that means hitting it into something like Mixed-in-Key or anything with an API, etc., it can be done. So we do have an API. We do have all sorts of webhooks that we use internally, and some of them we expose to other companies that partner with us, etc. So.
Yeah. I want to jump back real quick to its cousin Christopher, and thank you, Sick Miller, for helping him out with. So I kind of want to come back to this when we talk about like the new user and learning Crate Hackers. Here's another one too that just came in on YouTube from DJ Caliente. You guys have a ton of content, which is great. Just signed up. There's really nowhere to start. Would love to see the playlist series number 1 through 5, 10 in order. There's a lot. Yeah, you're right. There is a lot, and it's and the app has updated a lot. So you're going to see some older videos, some newer ones. I would say that the best place to start is really just scan your library in, and then click around. For me, Crate Hackers, I mean, I started with Crate Hackers when it was brand new and we didn't have an app. And I used it to build playlists because I could find what other people were playing and start structuring my crates and cleaning up crates. And that's really what it started as for me. If that's where you want to start, just, start building some crates, putting them together. If you have stuff on Spotify that you like and you want to put them into a crate, you can use just a lot of these different things. You don't have to dig into all the tools if you want. But no, this is, thanks for calling that out, BJ Caliente. That's like, there's definitely probably some videos that we can put together and structure a little differently as well. I do want to jump to this comment that came in from Stephen Scher, and Nick Nystrom also echoed it, saying having the same issue. When I try to delete a crate that is saved in my crates, it attempts to do so, but fails every time. Because, Stephen, we don't want your crates to go away. Like, see, there's Glenn's hanging on to your crates.
That's right.
And Glenn says, this is Stephen Scher.
Yeah, that's right.
I want Stephen to share his crates with me. So we're not going to let him delete.
We've got a couple of updates that are coming. I think it's a known issue on certain machines and certain kind of edge cases. So we do have that in our backlog, and it's something we're gonna.
I would like you to know how we address your issues, though. I am actively looking on our API as people are trying to test it and going over it, and I think we found the issue. So expect for that to be resolved soon. Thank you for putting it in front of us.
Yes.
He's actually actively in your crates.
Yes, he is.
He's in your Serato.
I can't believe you put this in your crate. That's crazy.
I really want we should have Stephen Scher, DJ Stephen Scher should just be like DJ Stephen and then a share icon in Crate Hackers. Just totally do that for him. Get hacked by the Crate Hackers. Yes. Why have you not incorporated DJ Pro to the app?
So that's more of a them question.
Yeah.
Right. So we there's certain apps that we can integrate with, and it's easy to integrate with, and then there's some we would love to do it. So if you are an algorithm DJ Pro user, hit them up with a few notes and say, why aren't you guys integrated with Crate Hackers? Just like we do. And get mean about it. Get old Jamie out on it. And
this is
roll up
as an IT manager at like an internal organization. Like, this is what I tell my users too. Like, we had a terrible phone system, and they're just like, our phone system sucks. We want a new phone system. And I said, stop telling us. Tell your managers, go up, because we can't get funding for something, and the organization's not going to put money toward replacing something if they don't know it's a problem, right? So, and after about a year of telling the organization to complain up, guess what? The C-suite was like, hey, why is everyone complaining about the phone system? We should really do something about that. And hey, we got a new phone system. It works everywhere. So the voices of the people drive change. So yeah, complain up to them. Let's see. A ton of duplicates drives me crazy on my external hard drive. Having backup on a second SSD. Is it good just to use the duplicate killer to get rid of them on my main external drive? So if I'm understanding the question, yes. Like, I would do a wipe of all of your like everything in Crate Hackers, right? Do a re-import of just the drive that you want to focus on, and then you can start doing the duplicate killer on that. That's probably the best way to go about that. So you can have your backup, but you can do the duplicate killer on your main. So yeah, I think you're going about that right. I use my crates to save the crates I want to put together and export them. Oh yeah, that's solid. And then you can't delete them. That's cool.
For the next 30 minutes, that'll be a problem.
What languages protocols are used in the software development?
I saw this question, Rhino, and I'm not going to tell you because I'm afraid you're going to open up a place across the street from me and call it like Crate I didn't want. I almost
Don't say that. I knew exactly what your mind went too.
I didn't really mean to say that.
My answer to you is a lot. There are a lot of different languages.
There's a lot of, and I mean, we don't care. We're
Pig Latin.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
The main site is built in React. It's on Electron Node. There's a ton of integrations, all sorts of APIs that we have. Our own APIs. We connect to 100 APIs. It's a very complex infrastructure and a very complex written app because we add so much to the app so quickly.
Yeah.
And we did that for years and years. And I say to Austin all the time, I wish the age of AI existed 5 years ago when we started this.
Oh my word.
But it would make things a heck of a lot easier. But it's definitely complex. If you have other questions, just hit one of us up. We can help you out with that. Lifetime member add-on for business plan, maybe a one-time payment. Not yet, but I know it's something Dom has talked about in the past. So keep your ears open. It might come up soon.
Yep. Jack Christian. Hey, Jack. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you.
You little wanker.
Who let Jack Christian in? I can't even do this accent.
I can.
Wait, hold on. Wait, look, I'm Jack Christian. Ready?
You gotta curl it. There you go.
There you go.
Cheerio. Wait, no, that's Australian. What? I don't know.
Pretty sure I've heard Jack say that.
I don't know. Pumped about the new update. I love that you guys brought back the export straight to Serato feature. Thank you, Jack.
Jack, you should just Jack, you should just pop in here and say that we could just put you side by side by Glenn, and we'll
Jack, you need to you need to come online for a second.
Yes, yeah.
We love you. I saw Jack at DJC 2 weeks ago. And again, if you haven't done DJC, do it because it's cool as heck. Jack's leaving us already. Jesus, one little mustache joke.
Never. He loves us too much.
We love you, Jack. Jack Christian, check him out on Instagram and all his things, man. He is you want to talk about a content creator. The dude he's just
great content
beyond any most people in the game.
What I
made fun of the mustache. I'm gonna do a post as Jack Christian like this.
One of the things I really appreciate about Jack is he has posted some videos about the things that that DJs don't always post about. Like I'm pretty sure there was one of him like sick, right? Like at a gig or something, and he was like working through that. Or
hello, Jamie.
Hello.
I like your mustache as well.
It's thick and white.
Have you spoken to the king today?
Okay, moving on.
Sorry about Jack Christian. Jack Christian comes up. The first time I kind of met him and his wife. I don't want to talk about Kratos for a minute.
Okay.
First time I meet his wife, I think Austin was with me. We're at DJ X in Atlantic City. And his wife, and we had a few drinks, whatever. And his wife, we're in a car and we're on our way back to the hotel. It's late at night. And when you get like a little drunk and you start hearing things and like everything just sounds the same and it's just everything's just coming from different places. Maybe that's just me. But his wife is very like Southern, like a deep Southern accent. But I was so drunk, I thought she was British too. So I was like, when did you come out? Like, when did you get to the United States? And that wasn't good because she's like, I'm from the United States. I thought she had a British accent the whole time. I was such an idiot. I was so stupid. And then Jack comes by and goes, cheerio, that she's from England. She's not from England. She's from Texas. All right. Continue.
Yes, Jack, I did. I meant my mustache.
Yeah, sure you
derailed.
Yes.
Look how much of this bread I ate. What's left?
My word. DJ Harvey added a few new crates, exported to Serato. Crates will disappear. Files were re-imported. That's a Serato thing. That we talked about that a little earlier. Serato likes to restamp the date added. That is a more of a Serato thing than an us thing. When you import to Serato, Serato likes to change that date. Drives me insane. That's a unfortunately. I don't think we can do a whole lot about that, right?
Now,
okay.
We're pulling all of the metadata Serato has now.
Okay, good.
So unless Serato is doing it on their end at this point, that shouldn't happen after the update from today.
Is there any way we can get a mobile app version?
We haven't really found a good use case to build a true mobile app right now.
It's because it's looking at the files and scanning it. It's hard to make a mobile version of Crate Hackers.
The next few month or so, we've got some new stuff that we've been working on behind the scenes. If you've been wondering why Austin and I haven't been on hackathons, there's a lot of new stuff coming. That's all I'll say. A lot of fun stuff coming. Ronnie, we see you. We do. I mean, what you're describing is pretty much Crate Hackers. So if you want to get involved, you want to be part of our kind of chat with us and see what we can do. I mean, that's pretty much what we're doing. But more than happy to talk to you about it.
Yep. Yeah, and Ronnie, you're like this biggest pain point with DJs after they have 50,000 tracks. Serato face, drowning in libraries, can't find their go-to bangers. This is what Crate Hackers was founded on. Was this principle of like you get stuck because you have too many tracks. That is a founding principle.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff we were talking about earlier was what a lot of people I think don't realize until they actually start to clean up their library is all those pain points you're talking about, what to play and when. It's the simplest thing, right? That's the core of being a DJ, knowing what to play and when. And you're going to have a heck of an easier time with a 10,000 song or a 5,000 song library than you are with a 300,000 song library, right? So a lot of our first goal in Crate Hackers is get rid of the bloat, get rid of the crap that you really don't need. You have, again, we go back to Pink Pony Club, right? You have 54 versions of Pink Pony Club. I guarantee you're playing 2 of them, maybe 3 if you're lucky, right? Get rid of them. If you don't need them, you can always download them again or put them on a big old hard drive and stick it in your archive somewhere.
Yep.
The reality is, the first thing we tell people, and I think it gets lost sometimes here, is pare down your library. If you look at Aaron, right? Aaron's one of the biggest, busiest DJs that I know, right? In Nashville, constantly working. The dude's got like 5,000 songs. Do you realize how many gigs you can do with 5,000 songs and never repeat a song? I don't know the answer. I just think I'm sure it's a lot. I'm not doing math.
It's at least 4. At least.
Yeah. Ronnie, hit me up. Glenn@cratehackers.com with 2 N's. I'd love to chat with you.
Also,
love to chat.
Super quick, my friends trying to delete crates. Go ahead and delete them now. I fixed it.
This guy just does the work behind
Sweet.
it. Look at him. Unreal.
I've been putting in work on this pasta.
I'm sitting there, he's doing coding. I'm eating Airheads because why not? Right?
I love Airheads.
I love the chewy ones. These little chewy bites are so good.
I have not tried those yet. Those look dangerous.
Yeah, Roddy, absolutely, man. I would put it this way. Like I always look at it like instead of us all going out and kind of building our own things, we could all build our own things now, right? It's simple to do, but man, 5 brains, adding a 6th brain is always better than 1 or 2. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get me.
No, Watson, this is I really like that you mentioned this because this is you're
Aha.
this is all of us, right? So when I
Nick Nystrom with the win right there.
There you go. So Watson, so for context, when I started with Crate Hackers, I'd been doing this, been DJing at least I think it was at least 15 years at that point, give or take. So I had a lot of tracks just kind of everywhere, right? And one of the reasons Crate Hackers stood out to me was because not even because I wanted to cut down the number of tracks I had. It was because I wanted to know that it is the stuff that I'm playing, the stuff that other people, other DJs are playing, and are they working and how can they work? Like that was really what brought me to Crate Hackers. I think that using Crate Hackers to build your crates to figure out what you really need. I love remixes, so I have a lot of remixes and I kind of tend to hoard them. It's hard for me to cut ties with remixes, but I love a good remix. And then I have to get to that point where I'm just like, you know what? Am I ever going to play this live? Yes or no? If no, do I like this song enough to keep it? Or if I'm not going to play it live, am I going to live stream it? Is there a thing that I'll need it? And that's why I have an archive folder that I dump stuff in when it doesn't have to be on my main gig drive, right, in my Serato. But cool, man, guys, we went over an hour. I think we filled it. That was good. Look at that.
It was great, and just to tack on to that, I feel like maybe we're not pushing it enough, and it's something I'll talk to the team about going back to kind of like our roots, right? Our core messages used to always be, you don't need to bring everything. Like yep. you just don't. And I know like maybe even 5 years ago, it was a little different because the streaming services weren't built into a lot of our DJ software. So you'd always be like, well, what if I get a request for this? Right? Okay. That was a problem 5 years ago, whatever. It's not now. Right? You have Tidal, you've got even Spotify now, right? So it's just not a problem that you know, the stuff that you should be taking is your core stuff, right? Your core, whatever, crates that you know that you're always going to play, your go-to stuff, and then just kind of expanding around that, right? And you don't need to bring that like random hit that you might play once every year. Get that thing on streaming. Yep. The other thing you can do, get your stuff onto a cloud service that is your archive, so that you can access it from anywhere.
Yes,
it doesn't have to be scanned into Crate Hackers. Just kind of you'll know, like, oh man, I have that track somewhere. Bang, let me look in my Dropbox. Let me look at my Google Drive, right? And that's a good way to kind of keep this archive versus your working crate. Because I promise you, once you start to clean out your library, and I say this, by the way, with the person with literally the worst library on earth. People,
it's bad.
It's horrible.
Really bad.
It's horrible. But that's why we build Crate Hackers, because my pain is everybody else's pleasure, apparently. So it's awkward. So there.
That was a great place to pause. So with that, Glenn's pain is, we all love Glenn's pain. Please do this again. Yes. So no, thank you guys. No, we really appreciate it. Like this is definitely, I like doing this every once in a while as well. It's good to have the Q&As, and I'm always happy to show off some of the tips and tricks that I use for cleaning my library too. I'm fairly organized, and I still am incredibly unorganized with certain stuff. But I have a couple of YouTube videos, even on my DJ Gem channel on YouTube, where I show how I use Serato Smart Crates to organize certain stuff, right? Oh, my word. Jack, my word. You just have to...
You know what, Jack? You can take
Jack, save it for later.
Give your sense of pleasure and give it to the king.
Pleasure.
I'm going to have some tea and crumpets.
but yeah, so I'll actually I'll give you a peek here. So if my computer will work for me here.
And mine it's white and thick like Jamie.
So in my in my Serato, so I am using Dropbox, like I mentioned. So I have everything in Dropbox, and I have my music folder, which if you go way back to the days of Crate Hackers, this is my one folder, right? So I have no folder trees in here. I still have a lot of tracks that need to be renamed and all that, and then I have a lot of tracks I have renamed. But then I also have this music archive folder, and I have in there's a ton of subfolders, and this is where all my like artists live. And these are the things where, I mean, I have it's all disorganized. It's all in here. I have artists and albums and that, but that's an archive folder. And if I have something that I'm not going to play anymore, I just delete it. I delete it from my main music folder because I know it's still in my music archive folder. And if it's something I downloaded from a pool, I'm kind of at the point where, I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I know if I'm deleting it, I'm probably not coming back to it. And if I do come back to it, I'm not going to remember that I had it. And I'm probably not going to look back into the archive. And I'm probably going to go out to a pool and re-download it again anyway. When you've been doing this for what, 25 years, I think I'm pushing 26 years maybe in DJing, right? So like, man, I don't remember what I have. I don't. I had full albums of things for so long. You forget what you have. You're not going to remember that. And at a certain point, you're just like, it doesn't matter. If I don't have it, I don't have it. You know how many years I've been telling people it's like, oh, I just don't have that song, and just because I didn't want to play it.
It just goes back to
What?
Like I'm a hoarder, big time. In life, my wife will tell you, like, I'm a hoarder, horrible hoarder. And one thing I finally don't do with this is my music. And once you kind of press that button and move it to a drive, you will forget about it. You will absolutely forget about it. And 9 times out of 10, you'll never need it again.
Yep.
And if you do, that's what Spotify is for. Also, remember, you're saving that like crazy remix of that song that you might need one day down the road. So you don't play the remix when you actually get the request in 3 years from now. You just play the Spotify version. You're done with it in 34 seconds. Move on with your life, and your darn library is going to be nice and clean.
And my archive has come in clutch a couple times. I've been at a gig, someone's requested something, and just on a whim, I've been like, you know what, let me jump into my archive and see if I have that. And I found it. And that's happened a couple times. But when I say a couple, it's probably 2 in the last, decade. Like, it's not.
Look, I mean, I think we all know it, right? But if you ask me whether I have something right now, I can probably tell you that I have it, and probably tell you approximately how many versions of it I have right now. Because my library, I won't let it get over 10,000. And that's the other thing you do. Set a number for yourself.
Yep.
Set a number and say, I will not go over 10,000 files. And if I do, if I'm adding stuff, I've got to get rid of some old stuff.
Yep.
And that's what I do. As soon as I go into Direct Music Service or one of these things, and I start doing a big download, and I get myself to like 10,025, I go back in and I just find, 30, 40 songs I can get rid of. And it's so easy to do that. But I can tell you what I have right now, which the people with 400,000 files, you might know most of what you have. 100, 200, 300,000 of that, I guarantee you won't even know you have it.
Yep. You'll never play it.
Yeah.
Will Bridges, streaming music. I've worked in IT long enough to not trust streaming.
Hold on.
No. But I need to. So I don't. Yes, it's come a long way. I don't trust my internet connection anywhere. So there's the one. I don't trust computers. I've worked around computers too much. Now, that said, the other reason that streaming is great to have in a clinch, streaming services are great. I do think that's where a lot of stuff is going. I still feel like I'm pretty old school in a certain regard on that. But also most of what I've seen, most services anyway, still don't have a lot of DJ edits on streaming. So it's really good for those radio edits. But when you're looking for DJ edits, that might not be, oh my word, that might not be exactly what you want to go to all the time.
Now,
yeah. So I'm amazing. This is a great question because when again, 5 years ago, when I started this cleanup journey of the way that I decided what to keep and what to get rid of is I went through Crate Hackers Crates, and that's how I decided what I was keeping, is especially when I had to like rip through an artist. Now, another thing that I would do, because I have a lot of these niche artists that I only would use every once in a while, is here's a little pro tip here is use either ChatGPT or go to Google and just type in most famous songs by artist name. So if you have a couple of full albums of artists, right, just type in most popular songs by that artist, take the top 10, delete the rest. That's how I started chopping down my library. That's how I cut 50,000 tracks in a year, that was a big thing. Speaking of Jack Christian, he's on screen now to read his comment. Jack Christian?
Just to tap into that streaming thing.
Oh, fine. You're not going to. Okay, go back to the streaming thing.
Just real quick. The whole streaming thing, it's. No, I don't trust streaming music, but I don't trust it for parent dances. I don't trust it for first dances. I don't trust it for important stuff.
Yep.
But taking requests, it's awesome. Right? Yes. And this is what I mean by prepping your music for an event versus carrying everything with you. If you're prepping properly, you know what you're going to need for that weekend or for the next month, right? Because you know what the events are, and you add those in, and if you want to delete those when you're done, you do that. But if you ask me to put a first dance on Spotify, fuck no. Hell no. No way.
Absolutely not.
Even if I have the local download, where they let you do like the archive, the locker. No. Now you could also say, well, guess what? What if my external hard drive fails? Or what if my internal hard drive fails? I can recover from that. I can recover from that by having a second laptop, having it on my phone, having it somewhere. But you can't, if all of a sudden Spotify goes out or Tidal goes out for a first dance, hell no. Hell no.
Yep. And also when I say I don't trust streaming or I don't trust technology, keep in mind here, and we've seen this recently, it's not only about your Wi-Fi connection. It's not about your hotspot. It's not only about the venue's hotspot. It's not only about your software. There are several thousand other services like Cloudflare, right? Like that we saw recently, right? There's Amazon, like AWS, right? Amazon Web Service. There's thousands of little things out there that never, like there's a 99.9% uptime on these, right? Like 0.1% downtime. That 0.1% is not guaranteed to not happen during an event, right?
If you have a point, I forgot what it was. It's 0.1% downtime is something like a day and a half.
Yes.
0.1% downtime is a lot of downtime.
Yep. So remember, yeah. So this is, and again,
rely on it, but just don't rely on it for right now. Don't rely on it for first dances. Don't rely on it for parent dances.
Right. And these are IT experts, right? Like some of us do this for a career and we don't trust technology. It's like people who live and breathe technology don't trust technology because we see it break, right? And it's always going to break on us.
I have a question. And it's revolved around the gentleman that you just put up.
This guy?
I wish Jack could get on. Jack, let me ask you a question. When you frown, does your mustache go this way? Like, I know I saw you the other day and it was so perfectly coiffed. Did it just look beautiful? Like, I don't know how you don't
Jack, text me. I'll shoot you the link and you can jump in here and answer these questions yourself. You text him. I don't think I have Jack's number.
I feel he's going to be mad at me.
Someone text Jack.
Jack would never be mad at me.
I love Jack. Jack's like one of my favorite people on earth.
Jamie.
Yes.
There's a question for Jamie. The Jolene the Jukebox Jet wants to know what you're eating for dinner and if you cooked it yourself and wants to swap recipes.
So no, I'm in a hotel right now. I'm gigging in Florida. So that was just spaghetti bolognese that sat there for 2 hours. That was cold and sad. So very, very, very weak, sad answer. Sorry.
You can swap recipes. Yeah,
But we
okay.
can swap some
Jack's
recipes.
number, but I don't.
Air fried gnocchi. You ever air fry some gnocchi?
Ooh, that sounds
that's
good.
Jamie's go-to right there.
I do. Yeah. I do want to go. So Jack's actual question was, what's harm in having a huge library if your laptop is big enough storage? There's no, well, so a few things, Jack, and we've covered this a few times, so I'll try to summarize. The first is Serato face, right? You don't want to get like, I don't know what to choose because there's so many tracks. The other one is when we're talking about any software. There we go. Hey, Jack's
What's
there.
up, guys?
Question.
Hey.
Hello.
I just
Look
pressed
at that.
send on that. How did you do that?
My word, that was fast.
Here I am, just supporting my friends, and all I'm getting is insults. What's happening?
Why does your accent sound so like
It's so good.
extra tonight?
It's so good.
It's
don't
The
know.
accent is on point.
Oh, God, I wish I could do that.
I wish I was Jack.
I can. Okay. Hey, can I ask you guys a question? I typed it, but I might as well ask
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
And
go
you
ahead.
got-
I was just answering you, but go ahead. Why don't you ask it in person, and then I'll give you the answer in person here.
Cool. You guys may have already touched on this. What is the bad side to Glenn?
Yeah, I
I can't cuss on this show, can I?
You can.
It's good.
Glenn,
You're sure.
fuck off. So, okay, serious question. What is the downside to having a big library if your computer has a big enough storage for it? Is there a reason to like offload stuff or to shorten it down?
The technical answer is the more files you have, regardless of the software, it's going to choke on the amount of files. So if you're feeding all your files into Crate Hackers, every time you open up Crate Hackers and it's scanning all your files, for example, the more files you have, the slower Crate Hackers goes. So it's there's optimization. That's the easy technical answer.
Okay,
Is
is there like a maximum number where Serato, like, and focusing on Serato because that's what I use. Is there like a maximum number that's like, oh, don't go above this because that's when it starts lagging?
No,
Not really.
There's not.
That's kind of the problem there, Jack. Is that there is no real upper limit based on. There's so many variables, right? It's based on if you're on an internal hard drive, an external hard drive. If you're on an external hard drive, what kind of a cable are you using to connect to it, right? So a lot of people will get like an external drive and they'll throw it on like a hub, right? Or docking station, and then go, why is it so slow? I spent $800 on this drive. Well, that's because your docking station's the problem, right? So the other thing too is and I'm sure Austin and Jem and them know this, but if you're using something else in the app, you could be on a web page.
Yeah.
So Crate Hackers is actually built on a tool called Electron, which I'm pretty sure some of the other ones are. A lot of big apps built in Electron.
Yep.
It's just a browser, technically. And if you're using other things within Chrome, let's say, that are heavy RAM and stuff
resource,
like that, it just nobody knows what slows down the computer. It could be 100 different things. So long answer to a very easy question, but sorry, Austin, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
It's just a good way of avoiding mistakes before they happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Appreciate you guys.
What you're going to notice too, Jack, is like, say you're, you ever notice when you load up? I love it. You ever notice when you load up Serato, sometimes you'll hit a new crate that you haven't used yet, and it'll start to kind of load in the background?
Yeah.
That's all it's doing. We do it a little differently because we upload everything up front because we need to know what you have. But Serato deals with the same pain points. Virtual DJ deals with the same pain points. There are a lot of people. I remember, I think Ragoza was one of them, like last year.
Yeah.
He was opening Serato. It was like 8 minutes. I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? But it could have been anything. It could have been something he was running in the background. It could have been just the way his drive was hooked up. It could have been absolutely nothing, and just the computer decided, I'm not going to play nice today.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's why I think just if you kind of subscribe to the whole my work files, right? The files I know that I need, my go-to files, the 10,000 files, 20,000 files, and then my everything else, the archive, the stuff that goes in the bin that we used to put in the crates that you wouldn't take with you because you don't want to carry them. That's what you have to think about it, right? There's nothing wrong with bringing an external drive with your huge archive on it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's actually probably the best analogy. Is when you were carrying a physical crate, you only took what you could carry. You could bring everything, but then you're going to be taking multiple trips and stuff. So it's like it's going to slow you down. So why don't you take your full light rig every single time, right? Like you're taking the necessities, because sometimes less is more. I mean, especially look at our industry recently, right? Like the DJs went from huge, and then over the last 5 years, everything shrank. I mean, even Joe Bunn's booth went from there to there. Even the Max booth went from there to there. You saw all these booths shrink down. You saw our speakers shrink down. It's all about the cleaner and the smaller. It's just, I think it's the minimalistic mode, I think, is really everywhere. I think it's nice to embrace that.
No, it doesn't shrink down. The mustache.
Hey, can you guys guess who I am?
It's a trumpet. It's not even a sax. It's a trumpet. At least mine looks like a mustache. A little bit.
I'm dead.
I'm just finding things in my kitchen.
Who's this British guy?
I miss you guys.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm going to let you guys get back to it, but I appreciate you having me on and letting me ask that question. And I'm really excited about the folder flattener. That's something I'm going to commit to in the off season, because I have not just a big library, but I have ridiculous amount of multiples of the same edits that I just need to go through and get them. So I'm excited to attack that. So thank you guys.
Yeah, no, Jack, let us know. I would be happy to work through that with you too. I think actually that would be even a fun thing to do on stream, is kind of work through it, and you can even see and pace through the process from people who have done it. Right. I mean, I flattened my drive and it's being able to talk through some of the process. I think live would really help our members as well.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's actually a good one.
Yeah. Let us know. Keep us updated.
Write it down.
All right, guys. I'm going to let you go. Have a good Christmas if I don't speak to you guys.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you, Jack.
Bye.
Whatever conditioning you need to do for the beard, the mustache, get started now so you can get to sleep on time. Love you, brother.
Hey. Fuck you.
Love you, brother.
Oh,
what an exit!
Yeah, gosh, yeah, we gotta love the surprise guest. So this was very, very eventful. So
this was fun.
Awesome! This was fun. Yeah, but we've been going an hour and a half, so I think it's about time to cut it. And it's everyone in the chat, make sure you reach out to Aaron, tell him we did a good job, because our raises depend on that. Not.
He already sent a note to get rid of them, so
that was you. Just because you don't like my Android and the text bubbles because you don't know how to text, that's not my fault.
No, it never bothers me.
If you want me to have an iPhone, you can buy me an iPhone. I said that a lot.
It never bothered me until this new text, this new Bluetooth phone. Every time I text it, it's like green. Like what are we doing?
Oh goodness!
The guy that's technical, man. You gotta step up your phone game.
No, maybe you got to step up yours. Turn on RCS, man.
But it's green.
It's just Apple. It's just Apple. All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. Hope you like this format. And again, if you're not a part of the community yet, please sign up. We got the free trial out there still, I believe. Those of you who have joined Lifetime recently, like seriously, thank you so much. Love being in this Lifetime group with you all. Love being in this community. And any closing words, Austin, Glenn, Jamie?
Drop your recipes
I don't
below.
think so.
For recipes, yeah, there we go. Awesome.
I actually am curious.
You're curious for recipes? Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
everyone, DM Jamie recipes. That's what
We love eating
That's what we,
and
yeah.
music.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
We're gonna raid. Don't we
I don't know
raid-
how to raid people. Are you kidding?
I'm going to bed because I didn't sleep last night before my flight.
I can
I
do
can
it.
do it.
Can we do a rating?
Okay,
because-
go ahead, Austin. Find someone and raid them. We
I don't
can
even
do
know
that.
what that means, to be honest.
Okay.
It's
All right,
I don't
love
know
you all.
Bye, great haircut.
yeah, thanks. Till next week, happy hacking. You find someone, Austin?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
Roll
Well,
the
we're going to
tape,
end
we'll
it
figure
then,
it out.
but everyone go raid your own people. We'll do that. That's it.
You know what? I'm gonna raid my refrigerator because I'm
That's
starving.
what I was gonna raid the pantry. That's where we're heading. So
Right. I'm gonna go wax my fake beard and mustache, and we'll talk to you later. Cheers, everyone. Thank you.
awesome. Thanks everyone.
Hey DJ, you know that panic when a crowd's waiting and you can't find that one song you swore you had? Yeah, that ends today. Your music's everywhere. Different folders, hard drives, record pools, unfinished crates. It's total chaos. And when it's showtime, chaos kills confidence. Meet Crate Hackers, the first DJ community built to organize, optimize, and inspire your DJ library. We don't just dump files in a folder. We help you build set-ready crates, organized by BPM, key, energy, and proven crowd reaction. You can walk into any gig and know you've got the right song for any moment. Over 100,000 DJs inside the movement. Wedding DJs, club DJs, radio DJs, festival DJs, all using the same system that keeps their set tight, fresh, and perfectly timed. Every week we host live hackathons where you join in, you build a themed playlist together, and walk away with a fresh, fully sorted crate. No guesswork, no burnout. You'll stop wasting hours prepping. You'll rediscover music you forgot you loved. This isn't about playing more songs. It's about playing the right ones at the right time, every single night. Here's what you'll get when you join: the curated Crate Vault. Thousands of pre-built crates sorted by BPM, key, and energy. Your Crate Health Dashboard. See what your library is missing and fix it fast. DJ Community Access. Network, swap ideas, and get real feedback from pros. Export tools. One click to drop into Serato, Rekordbox, and more. That's over $1,000 worth of curation and tools that you're getting for less than the price of one bar tab a month. Join now for just $30 a month, or save with a full year for $297. That's like getting 2 months for free. Pick your plan below and start your first crate today. Because music organization shouldn't be your problem. It should be your superpower. Join in the next 24 hours and you're going to get our DJ Starter Pack, including exclusive crates from Nick Spinelli, the AI-powered duplicate cleaner tool, direct ties with your favorite record pools, including Direct Music Service, Late Night Record Pool, and more. Your crowd deserves your focus, not your file search. Join Crate Hackers now and make your music library work for you, not against you. If you don't feel organized, inspired,